35192. Want to send a text? AlanCoxShow.com. Still watch live there. Thank you to Gup Slutmunkin for helping out. And the Cox Out pregame becomes the Cox Out watch party. Very last Browns home game of the year was Christmas Eve day. And we were going to do a Cox Out like we always do, the Ivy. And then the weather came through. And so we're going to do a watch party this coming Sunday. Last Cox Out of the season is going to be Sunday afternoon, still at the Ivy. It's your last chance to get that Bahamas trip from Bud Light. So come hang with me down there at the Ivy Sunday, 1 to 3. We're going to do the afternoon watch party. Browns are in Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. So it'll be a good time. Promise. Last chance for you to grab that Bahamas trip, play a little finger football with Bud Light, and we'll see you down there. So the first ever away game Cox Out, Sunday afternoon at the Ivy, which is West 6th and Lakeside. Hey, Dick.
Well, Happy New Year, guys.
Same to you, Dick. What did you do? Was there a big
so happy about it.
Was there a big Kettering Banjo Society New Year's Eve gig?
No, I'll tell you, the day, it was around the 23rd. It was on a Friday. And one of my friends, we went down to the Raleigh Sports down there in Cincinnati. Well, you know, Tom Browning died. And
who is that?
His name, they call him Dave from Dayton. He was a big fan of mine. And we got...
Wait, a guy named Tom, they called him Dave from Dayton?
Dave from Dayton. His family has it's a Baccarat carpet here. And we went down to a Raleigh Sports there in... it was downtown. It was from Pete Rose Way. And Dave got some Cincinnati Bengals paraphernalia. And there was all
he got some Bengals what?
I think we're entering the Dick from Dementia era.
I'm sorry.
He got what? Bengals what?
Oh, well, it was a jersey. I called it.
No, what's the word, Dick?
Paraphernalia?
There you go. You nailed it.
I nailed it. But it was nice. They had a lot of I got a Ohio State jersey, and he did buy me. He bought me a number 19 Bertie Kosar jersey. How about that?
Oh, it was so great when Ohio State lost to Georgia.
At midnight.
Fantastic.
I went to bed,
Michigan lost too. Go Blue.
Said,
but, I mean, come on.
Yeah, 35-24. And
beautiful.
I went to bed. I just can't believe that. I don't know. They just, Georgia
Dick,
must have been better. But
Dick, did you not stay up and ring in the new year at midnight?
I fell asleep.
What time? 5:30?
The game. Huh?
What time did you fall asleep?
Well, it was about, let's see, I'd say 20:11, 11:15 that night.
You stayed up until 10:45 and couldn't make it to midnight?
No, I couldn't make it to midnight.
Wow, Dick, I thought you were a rager. I thought you were a party animal out there.
Yeah.
You have any resolutions for 2023?
Yes, I do.
Oh, give me one.
I've met...
Learn to play the mandolin?
One thing about this. I've met a lot of people. I go to this... do you have Goodwills in Cleveland?
There are Goodwills everywhere, yes. I mean, we have a lot of goodwill on this show.
Yeah, I buy a lot of CDs there. You know, like... I got one by... oh, my gosh. I swear, this guy told me, Dick, you've got to have this. I got a Jimi Hendrix CD. It was good.
Do they have CDs nuts?
Yeah, but I loved him, and I also got Bruce. Somebody gave me a Bruce Springsteen CD, and I'm telling you...
He's the Santa Claus is coming to town guy. He got famous off that Christmas song.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'm getting in to start playing a little bit rock, like Van Morrison, John Prine, and another thing I like somebody gave me, Bobby Dylan's greatest hits, and one I like on there was Positively 4th Street.
I like how he calls him. See, he knows Bob Dylan, so he calls him Bobby Dylan. Everybody else would call him like Rob Zimmerman or something. Mm-hmm. You call him Bobby Dylan, Bobby D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish, you know what? I wish I could be there. I would come down and see you at the last, the last game.
Oh, the Cox
I
Out
wish I
on
could
Sunday. Come on down.
Yeah. I would have brought my mandolin and played again. You
Well,
know?
I don't know if again is the right word.
Yeah. But like I said, I think this year the highlight of my life this year was meeting, your coworker there.
Oh,
Mary
listen.
Santora.
The highlight of 2022
great.
had to be meeting Mary Santora.
We had a great time.
We did, didn't we?
I think so.
I really, huh?
I said,
Mary,
I think so.
guess what? Now,
What?
Guess what I'm learning now?
Wow.
I'm learning to play the ukulele, and I can do. They featured me. It was a party.
Dick, do you feel compelled to
down
spend
at,
more time on the mandolin before you move on to the uke?
Nope. I
Okay.
did
Nope.
Sloop John B. and I also did This Land Is Your Land.
Yeah.
Hey, I did.
Oh,
I
God.
did a Hank
I'm getting
Williams
whiplash.
song. My bucket's gone.
Yeah.
My bucket's got a hole in it. How about that?
Dear Liza, dear Liza. All right, thank you, Dick. I appreciate the call.
Thing. Wow. Give us a little something.
And the weather, they get out of tune.
Yeah.
Pretty good now. Let me tell you a story about a man named Charlie on the playground, David. Why forever on the streets of Boston, he's the man who ever returned. Will he ever return? Will he ever return? And his face is on yearning. Right forever from the streets of Boston, he's the man who ever returned.
Yeah, doesn't need to spend any more time learning that mandolin.
Nope, nailed
Mastered it.
Yeah, he
Mastered.
got it all down there, boy. He got it figured out.
Licky, 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 boom, doom, down. Licky, 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 boom, doom, down.
Poundcake, how did you feel about, did you see the story that Celine Dion fans, of which I count you among them, were incensed? Did you see this? That she got snubbed when Rolling Stone did their 200 greatest singers of all time.
Yeah, I don't listen to that anyways because I think it's rigged because they did not give Whitney Houston number one. Whitney Houston should have been number one, not number two. So
Who was number one?
Aretha Franklin.
Oh, yeah. She stinks.
I didn't say she stinks. I didn't say she stinks. She shouldn't have been number one. Whitney
Why
Houston
not?
should have been number one because Whitney Houston has outsold Aretha Franklin tenfold.
Well, this isn't
There is no-
commercial.
yeah.
The greatest
But
singers of all, not the
greatest
best-selling
singers, the
singers
greatest
of all.
vocalists.
Not the best-selling singers. The 200. Listen, say what you want. There's no reason Celine Dion should not be on this list.
I agree.
Cobain and Ozzy are on the list.
But Aretha Franklin was not nicknamed The Voice. Whitney Houston was named The Voice. I assume it's because she's the greatest voice, the greatest vocalist of all time. She shouldn't have been number two. She should have been number one, especially.
Yeah, but
if-
she was number 2.
It doesn't matter. She should
That
have been
seems-
number one. And unjust is unjust. It don't matter where it is.
Sam Cooke, Billie Holiday, Mariah Carey, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Beyonce, Otis Redding, and Al Green, top 10. But they had a lot of other people in there that you would think. There's an one thing that jumped out at me is there was an Israeli singer named Ofra Haza. You ever heard of Ofra Haza? They called her the Israeli Madonna. And I just remember dating a girl in college who was really into Ofra Haza. That was I would have never known her name.
Oh, she's hot.
Yeah, she's hot. She died of AIDS like 30 years ago or something. Young.
Ooh, she's from Tel Aviv.
She was early 40s and she died of AIDS from like a blood transfusion or something. And it was a huge scandal because late 80s, early 90s, AIDS was synonymous with gay, even though, there were people who would contract HIV from other, but especially being an Israeli artist, I think they kind of kept that under wraps for a long, long time. But this girl I was dating was way into Ofra Haza, and I would have never And I only paid attention because the girl and the singer were hot. But I was like, I would have never known otherwise. But boy, you talk about a curveball on this top 200 singers of all time, Rolling Stone. Oh, for a Haza. But no Celine Dion.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it. But again, I don't think it's a correct list anyways because Whitney Houston wasn't number one. So I don't take their word anymore. They lost their credibility with that. They're just trying to snub her.
Before this, in your eyes, they had credibility.
If they want to put together a list of the singers, if they want to win over the people's hearts and minds, then yeah, they should have put the right people. So
the fact that, I mean, Celine Dion, whatever. It's an egregious snub, but
yes,
fine.
it is.
It's what's done is done. In your mind, it's a bigger deal that Whitney comes in the sophomore spot behind the Queen of Soul.
Correct. Yeah, because they know what they're doing. They're just trying to be like, not yet, crackhead. You know, they still want to smear her. It's not enough that her movie
They put her two.
is not. She needs to be number one.
But Aretha Franklin's number one, and that makes a lot more sense.
Aretha Franklin will be number two. Aretha Franklin's not The Voice.
Yeah, but she did more.
She didn't.
She did.
She didn't.
You know, she was around longer.
I understand that, but she wasn't The Voice. They're talking about the vocalist. Why is it that you pick little parts of Aretha Franklin, but all the other men on there, like, you say nothing about? Like, there's some men on there that don't belong on there.
No, I'm sure there are.
But I did. Kurt Cobain has no place on the 200 greatest singers of all time list.
Singers.
Singers. That's what people are having a problem with.
Well,
Alan, remind Poundcake that Whitney Houston was number one at being a crackhead.
Well,
I don't think he needs to be reminded of that.
Nope, sure don't.
Alan, is Wes Scantlin from Puddle of Mud on that list?
Now that's
a
number
snub.
one. That should be
not number one, but that is an egregious snub
one.
that he was not on the list.
He should be number 1 through 200.
You hang me out to dry. I can see you every night.
Yeah, do it, baby.
I mean, listen, he was channeling Kurt Cobain. Kurt makes it, and Wes Scantlin doesn't. Man.
Hey,
Alan,
Kurt did it to himself.
I was sick on New Year's Eve, and when the ball dropped, I had to run to the bathroom to squirt out duty feces. Oh, that's no good. That's terrible that happened to you. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a lot of people have taken umbrage with it. But again, I love the notion of lists. This is when you've got a magazine where they go, boy, we need something. Let's do a list. Do you know how much manpower goes into making those lists?
None.
A lot.
No.
Because you got to write a little paragraph with it, and you got to come up with 200 people, and somebody clearly just brain farts on somebody like Celine Dion because they're throwing, well, Ozzy and Kurt Cobain in there. And Rolling Stone has a very interesting... they really pick and choose when they're a rock and roll magazine. And it's at the most inopportune times that they decide to put on their rock and roll hat. But that's very strange. Rolling Stone blows. Chris Cornell is 80 and Robert Plant is 72. Well, Chris Cornell's dead. So
is Whitney Houston, and
sure
so is Aretha Franklin.
But he said Chris Cornell's 80. Oh, number 80.
Number 80.
Oh. I thought they meant 80 years old. I'm like, what? Are you? Robert Plant
this
is
isn't a list of the living.
Because isn't Robert Plant 72 years old? That's why I thought that they got... He's 74. Okay, that's what threw me off. No, obviously, a lot of dead people on this. Oh, my apologies. I think Chris Cornell is a phenomenal singer. Maybe they mean that they shouldn't be so low on that list.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah. Billie Holiday should be number 1.
Billie Holiday #1.
Billie Holiday is a very acquired taste as far
she's
as
not
singing
like
goes. It was a
She's
very,
a very unique voice, but I wouldn't say it's
Yes.
like a traditional
The best.
great voice.
very much of its time, too. Alan, how did Bill's kazoo playing end up for 2022?
Oh, I
that
nailed
was
it.
your.
Yeah.
You mastered it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I never said I was going to master it during 2022. I got close. I was better at it than Dick from Dayton is at the mandolin. But I can play one, and someone 3D printed one and gave it to me at the at Chris McWanzika. So I did a little bit of kazooing up on the Agora stage. So now I've done comedy up there and played music.
Oh, you
there.
played kazoo at Chris McWanzika.
Mhm. So I've done it all, baby. Done it all.
Will you rename the event Chris McWanzika?
No,
Mary,
I don't
no?
think I will.
Chris, come along. Chris McWanzika. All right.
Chris McCuzzica.
Do you guys have any? Well,
McCuzzica.
that was my New Year's resolution for 2022. Do you guys have New Year's resolutions for this year?
I make like a goal list of things that I want, like both professionally and.
Yeah, that's kind of what
personally.
I do.
So I don't really say like I'm gonna read 42 books. Mine are just like kind of generic things I want for both career and personal.
Like what?
Oh my god, make me read it? Hold
No,
on,
never
I gotta
mind.
find it.
Bill's like, never mind. I thought maybe you'd have your
No, it's
goals
like a note.
top of mind.
It's like a note in my phone about like the things that I want for 2023. First draft of a book or screenplay, 250,000 followers on TikTok, 80,000 on Instagram, a TV credit.
How many on TikTok now?
I have 151,000.
Oh, okay.
That's
So I only need 100,000 more to get to that,
Yeah.
which isn't a ton.
I mean,
Life
it is a ton
savings-
though.
Well, I mean, it is.
It's
but
doable in a
it's
year.
You
doable,
could do it in
but
a
like,
year.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have 52,000 on Instagram, so I want to get another 30,000 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Life goals: invest in something. Stocks? Question mark. Roth IRAs?
What
question
about
mark?
Bitcoin.
yourself? What did they say this morning at the mandatory meeting?
Bet on
Bet
yourself.
on
Bet
yourself.
on yourself,
I'm not allowed
Mary.
to bet.
Invest on yourself, in yourself.
More confidence and acceptance with my body wherever it is. So not being so hard on myself about the way.
Wherever
I look.
wherever
Like
your body
wherever,
is.
like wherever I'm at in my fitness journey, just
Okay.
being happy with where I'm at in the moment, and more one-on-one time and bonding with my boyfriend's daughter, Blake.
Oh, that's very sweet.
That's my list.
More one-on-one time.
I'm gonna try and fight a shark.
It's not a good one.
Almost,
Why not?
Almost,
lose.
Mom, Mary. Can we
Yeah,
hang out?
If we're on
working
land,
my-
I'm gonna win. All right. All I gotta do is wait. If we're fighting on land.
Yeah,
See how she doubts me, Alan?
you can't fight a shark.
I can't.
I can get 100,000 followers on TikTok. It's not as hard as fighting a shark.
I'm gonna fight a shark.
Although I guess if it's not really, if you don't care about achieving the goals, that doesn't really matter.
You know how you get
I can achieve
100,000
this
more
goal.
followers?
Fight a shark.
Fight a
shark.
goddamn shark.
Mm-hmm.
Smart ass.
Watch this. Doesn't believe in me.
Almost,
Always-
Mommy Mare.
always doubting.
Can we spend some time together? I'm working on my screenplay.
I'm writing a book.
When goals collide.
Why don't you make a TikTok account and help not mommy out?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, boy. All right, well, listen, those are all great starting points.
What about you, Poundcake? What's your 2023?
To be a little better than I was in 2022. Just a little.
So
Well,
vague.
Wait a
He's-
minute. He lost 20 pounds in 2022. So he
So
needs to lose
vague.
25 this year to be a little better.
He's
What makes you think
You got to
losing-
get down to
to
140.
be a little bit better.
I,
You
my
got to
mom,
weigh the same as me.
my mom literally said, she's like, I understand you wanted to lose weight, but your head is just so big. She said, she said it's big,
What
long,
the hell
and
does that
wide."
mean?
She said my head was big, long, and wide. like,
Like a horse?
You can't change your head.
she said it looks different. She said it just.
Your hair looks different. It
No,
looks
she's-
better.
She said my head.
I'm sure she did, but she realizes you can't change. Go, Mom, you gave me this head.
Well, maybe when I was fat.
Played yourself, playa.
It looked like It looked like it.
She
fit
thinks you
better.
look like a bobblehead now?
Yes. A head and then like as a little stick figure.
That's what's that cooking chick who's super tiny and looks like a bobblehead? Giada? Giada?
Giada De Laurentiis, is that her name?
Is it Giada? That doesn't sound
I think
right.
you're right.
Giada De Laurentiis, maybe? She looks like a bobblehead.
Giada
She-
De Laurentiis, yeah.
She weighs like 100 pounds and it's all head. It's just, she's a stick little baby with this giant hair and.
I bet she has more than 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly a chef. So, whatever.
All right, let me break here. Cavs basketball tonight. Your pregame gets going shortly around 6:30. There will be the next chance for you to grab $1,000. So make sure you listen for that keyword there to go fund yourself. And then 7 o'clock tip off right around the corner here against the Phoenix Suns on MMS.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio